Hello and welcome to another episode of The Insiders, and welcome to all of you. As always, tonight with me, I have my co-host Jeff, and we're kind of waiting on Gary. I think Gary's going to be along in a little bit, we hope. Gary told us a little bit earlier he would definitely be here tonight, but who knows? He might have something going on, might have had something breaking that he had to take care of, so we shall see. But we'll get started in the meantime, and hopefully Gary will join us when he gets here. So a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, guys. A lot of stuff to talk about. We had a lot of things happen since the last time we spoke to you last week. Two big pay-per-views, Slammiversary, and then obviously Extreme Rules on Sunday. So we are going to be talking about some of those things from those. Going to kind of backtrack a little bit, I know, as we've kind of moved on forward from that stuff. But we are going to kind of go back and hit on some points from both of those shows, and then talk a little bit about what happened maybe on Raw, and a little bit about what happened with tonight's shows, NXT and AEW. I did not, unfortunately, get to see a lot of them. I was kind of, I was doing a little bit of shameless plug. I was doing some stuff for my 80s show, which some of you may know. Rusty, I know, has been on that show. I was talking to somebody from the rock band Survivor, so that was a pretty cool conversation. Shameless plug. But anyway, so we are here to talk about wrestling. That's why I know all you guys came out. Let me send some shouts out here. Hello, Days Fan. Days Fan is in the chat first, and he's already talking turning heel, dude. Dude, we got to get you some, I don't know, we got to get you some stuff to cheer you up, my friend. You gotta have a little joy in your life. Gotta have a little joy in your life, buddy. Rusty Shackelford. Hey, Rusty, how are you? KJ Carter, hello to you. DJ B. Tazzy, he said he's having dreams about baseball monsters. I'm sure, man, that is work for you, buddy. When you go back, unfortunately, you get piled on, and yeah. But doing well. Hope you are well also. Big Boy Daily is here. Hello to you. Eric Haberman is here. Hello, Eric. Darren is on Twitch. Hello, Darren. Darren said AEW is 100% better than NXT, and I'm a WWE shill. LOL. Darren is our official encyclopedia for our show, by the way. Just so you know, we've named Darren. Darren is the Insider's encyclopedia. So, who else do we have in chat? We have Butterspark. Hello to you. We have M. Kern says hello, guys. Hello. How are you tonight? I'm not sure where Gary's at. Like I said, hopefully nothing happened where he can join us, but we can kind of get started, I guess, and have Gary jump in. Before we do, as always, we are streaming on 4 platforms, so Facebook, YouTube, obviously Periscope, and Twitch. If you are all, see, Wrestling says hello. I miss C up there. Hello to you, man. How are you? Johnny Bates, hello to you. Team Rocket Admin Pumpkin. That's a very cool name. Hello to you. Welcome. Again, if you have not already, please subscribe to the channel. Please like the video. It helps us out a lot. Also, if you are on Twitch, please subscribe to our Twitch channel as well. That would be awesome if you can do that for us. Give you a little bit of an idea where we're heading for the rest of the week. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern time is the interview you guys have been asking for since we started this, pretty much. It is Wrestling Days. We are going to talk to Days tomorrow night. I will announce later on the people who we are going to have on the show to come and ask Days a question. Obviously, as with all times, to keep those questions, let's not make them personal or anything like that. Make sure that they're, try to keep them wrestling related, try to keep them related to, things about, but let's not make anything personal and crazy. Let's see who we got. Eric. Oh, somebody sent the shout out and I just missed it. Sunny Wolf. Hello, Sunny Wolf. How are you? Oh, Showtime Torres says, "What's up, Insiders? How are you, man? Good to see you all." And then Friday, we put a poll out for you. Jeff had done this yesterday after the stream, and he put a poll out there and said, what would you like to see on the hot tag? And overwhelmingly, you guys voted for JYD. So they're going to do a little junkyard dog on the hot tag on Friday. And Brandy has reached out to us. Brandy's a trooper. She really is, all the stuff she's going through, but she asked her nurses if she could be on the hot tag a little bit and just talk a little bit and stuff like that. And who am I to say no? Obviously, if that's going to bring a little joy to her life, I'm all for it. So Brandy will try to join the hot tag on Friday as well. Yes. So let's dig in. Johnny Montgomery, hello. How are you? Yes, let's dig in here, shall we? And get right into it. So, Jeff, how are you, Jeff? Oh my goodness, I'm spouting off. How's things going with you, man? And what are you looking forward to? Maybe looking back at. I know you were pretty psyched about Impact. I am psyched about Impact too. I ordered myself a Rosemary shirt today, guys. That's how psyched up about Impact I am. You guys all know I am a big Rosemary fan, and I ordered myself a Rosemary T-shirt today. So yes, Jeff, what are you looking at from this past few days? It's been a whirlwind, no?
Man, Slammiversary was awesome. It was amazing from top to bottom, beginning to end. It was just amazing, and I just want to shout out everyone for joining us for our first watch along last Saturday. It was really cool. Joe, what did we have? Like close to 4,000 people all together.
Yeah,
4,000.
yeah.
It was crazy. So yeah, I mean that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, looking at Slammiversary, we got a couple title changes. And things really set up for last night's episode. We got a bunch of surprises on Saturday night, and then last night they took that momentum and they kept it going. So I'm really, really excited about the future of Impact. I'm really excited about what they have going on. In terms of Extreme Rules, the thing that stood out the most for me was the Wyatt Swamp fight. Thought that was awesome. I think the other night when we talked, I watched it 3 or 4 times. I'm up to like 7 now. but yeah, it was pretty good. There were some finishes in Extreme Rules that I didn't necessarily agree with, but that's WWE sometimes. So hey, let them do what they do. But yeah, I'm really excited to see Impact going forward, and honestly I really want to see what WWE does, because they need to do something now. AEW had a great show tonight. I thought NXT was really good tonight as well. There were definitely a couple matches I enjoyed. That triple threat for the the chance at the North American Championship was awesome. And then Karrion Kross and Dominic Dijakovic in the main event was awesome. And that stare down with Keith Lee and Karrion Kross was amazing. So, but yeah, I mean, AEW has some great matches. We got a Eddie Kingston sighting on AEW to challenge Cody for that TNT Championship. So,
nice.
If you guys watched NWA and you've seen, or if you've kept up with Eddie Kingston through the years, just a great professional wrestler, great on the microphone, great in the ring, and that was pretty cool too. So yeah, I mean, I know that's a lot, but yeah, it's been a great wrestling week.
Yeah, and thank you guys to all of you who joined us, obviously, for Slammiversary, which was our first watch along. And we had another one last night for Impact, and we are going to continue to do those every Tuesday night. We will be doing Impact. I'm looking forward to a few things next week. Obviously, that tag team match last night to finish off the show was stellar. One of the honest to God best tag team. I almost kind of wish they held that for Slammiversary, but Honest to goodness, that tag team match was fantastic. Really old school. You saw a lot of in and out tags, a lot of, working on one person. And I mean, that really, really came off as old school to me. So I really, really enjoyed that in that match last night. And yeah, Impact, I think, is on its way up. I really do. And I think you guys kind of getting on the bandwagon, coming over and watching it with us, I think you're really going to enjoy it because they are really they're really doing well, really doing well. What's the app or thing that we'll be used to call into days? We will, when we announce it, we will just need emails because basically we just invite you in. I don't think you need to have the app to do that.
No, you don't have to download anything. It's just quick.
So no worries. Kim Atsma, I hope I pronounced that right. Kim, welcome. I think Ciampa and Dijakovic lost momentum because at the end Dijakovic was ragdolled and Ciampa has not been seen in a while. Well, Karrion Kross is being made to look powerful. Absolutely being made to look powerful. So, he obviously pretty much squashed Ciampa. And Dijakovic had some offense there, but again, they are really making him look powerful. So yeah, no question about that. No question about that. So yes. So let's dig into it, Jeff. I don't know where Gary's at. I did DM him, nothing from him. I hope everything's okay with Gary. Obviously wish him well. I hope it's something just work related or wrestling related and not something a little more serious. But let's dig in. Jeff, what is our first? What do we got to talk about first? Let's talk about this. Asuka and Sasha. What a way to start. So we talked about this on our show, on our review show from the pay-per-view, and Sasha and Asuka and that whole jumbled ending mess that we had. We've read a little bit about it afterwards, and some Vince McMahon had some hands on there and said he wanted the ending changed. Initially, it was supposed to be Asuka winning, and he came in and changed the ending for some reason. So I don't know. The only thing I could think of with it, and I don't know why, but I don't know this obviously as a fact, but the only thing I could think of is that they wanted to elongate the storyline for whatever reason, and push it to maybe it's ratings. Their ratings have been horrible on Raw. I don't know last night's. I did not hear. So if anyone heard anything about the ratings yesterday, if they came out, let us know. I have not heard, but the last 2 weeks were really bad. So obviously next week on Monday, we're getting 2 championship matches, 2 rematches basically of the pay-per-view. So we're getting Dolph Ziggler and Drew. And this time Drew picked stipulations. 1.6 says C. Okay. Was that higher than the week before? I don't remember off the top of my head without looking, so I'm not sure. And then obviously Sasha and Asuka again in a rematch there. But the Stephanie McMahon, we got a Stephanie McMahon sighting. And Stephanie McMahon said that there would be a stipulation there where what is it, Jeff? She can be counted out and I can't remember what was Stephanie's stipulation that she had.
She can lose if there's outside interference.
Oh, that's right. If Bayley interferes. Okay. Yeah. So you can kind of see how they're coming along with that story a little bit. Because obviously now Bayley can cost Sasha the match. Which, then they can kind of get into that whole thing where, are you jealous of me? Blah, 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 blah. Why did you do that? Phil said lowest rating ever last Monday. Yeah. It's not been good. It's not been good. And it's unfortunate because you've seen some good stuff. Like Seth Rollins has been amazing. Seth Rollins has been, if I'm them, I don't lead the show with Seth Rollins. I would be holding him till the end at this point. You want to kind of end strong. I'm telling you guys, and you could let us know this. I still say that show should be 2 hours long. I still say they should cut that down to 2, especially now. Because you can fill that first hour with anything. They could show anything on that first hour. Show an old episode of Raw. Show anything in that first hour, and then just go to 2 hours live. It'll help them in so many ways. C hit 27 grand. Congrats, man. Congrats on that. So yeah, I still think it should be a 2 hour show. I think 3 hours is just way too long, and I think that's why they run into problems. So yeah, obviously we had the controversy here, and now they're going to wrestle again this coming Monday. Obviously, I'm pretty certain that Asuka is going to win. Something's going to happen with Sasha and Bayley finally, I think, to get them going. And then, of course, the other storyline here is Kairi Sane, and obviously she was said to be finished. But we had Shayna Baszler looking on backstage, and now the rumors are that Shayna is going to go up against Asuka. So that's the rumored match for SummerSlam. We're going to have Asuka versus Shayna, and then a lot of people are saying, well, maybe Shayna is going to attack Kairi and take her out of the picture, and that's how Kairi goes off of TV for however long it's going to be. So we'll see if that plays out. But Jeff, I mean, what do you think of all this changing? And if this is Vince, I mean, is this a good thing that they're changing and and now kind of incorporating it in a couple weeks after the pay-per-view?
Short answer is no. How it was done, I mean, it just looked wonky. It looked like something that you'd see back in the 90s on Raw or something like that. Yeah, it's just I didn't like it. I mean, I get that you're trying to further a story potentially because you've got two great wrestlers. You've got Asuka and you've got Sasha Banks. But I really didn't like the way that they did it. I really wish that I wish sometimes someone would go to Vince and say, okay, let's take away your pencil, the mighty pencil that you have, and you go sit in Gorilla and you just watch the action. Don't come up with any finishes. Don't do anything like that. You just enjoy the fruits of your labor. Let other people take the reins, because we've seen now time and time again, we get these stories and these rumors that they come up with this ending and then Vince changes it at the last minute, and it's just like, just please stop. Just please stop. So yeah, I hope Vince and WWE learn from the outrage from some fans, but I kind of seriously doubt that they will.
Yeah, I agree. They especially when Vince gets involved, there tends to be, I don't know, especially lately, it tends to be bad things that happen. So, I don't know. Darren says Kyrie apparently may sign a new WWE deal. Well, we hope so. I like Kyrie, so I'd like to see that. Austin 316 says, I'm here. Awesome, man. Welcome to you. Jesse has joined us as well. Welcome to Jesse Callan. Stick around tonight, guys, because we're going to tell you who gets to talk today's. Spoiler alert. Kim asks, is it Raw less than 2 hours and 30 minutes, but it's 3 hours due to commercials, and that means SmackDown is somewhere between one. Yeah, I mean, you've got commercials involved, sure. So, yeah, I mean, yes. Yeah, but I still think the 2 condensed hours would be better. C said earlier that people would complain that they don't see enough people. Yeah, but I mean, with all this stuff going on with the COVID, I just don't know how many people are available. That's the thing. No one knows that. No one knows how many people have tested positive. No one knows how many people are not available to them right now. So that's what you have to keep in mind. And if that's the case, then maybe that would just help them to kind of get through this, make the show a little shorter. I mean, none of us want to see it go away. None of us want to see it go away. We talked about this on our last show. So rather than that, maybe it would help them to just cut it a bit. I mean, we'll see. Darren said he doesn't like the way they did the match ending, but I think they can make chicken salad out of chicken crap. Yeah, could very well be, man. Could very well be. Birik Bakele I hope I said that right. What's up, guys? First time here. So excited. Thanks, man. I really appreciate you joining us. I see you're joining from YouTube. If you have not subscribed, man, please hit that subscribe button and like the video if you would. That would be awesome. Awesome.
Well, Joe, guess what? Since we've been on, we are now at 751 subscribers.
Well, there you go.
So, Days fan, close your ears.
Hey, there you go. So we are at the 750 mark, guys. We will give a couple more shirts away. Monica did get to me and say she still hasn't gotten hers. So obviously Jeff mentioned that yesterday that we're working on that. They did run out. So the production kind of has to get back going, have to get those out. But trust me, we will get those out to you. You will get them. We will keep you notified as to when they are going to come out. So obviously we ran out and we will get those out to you ASAP. DJ B Tazzy says we want 800. Yeah, man, that's look. We're always looking to get those next goals. And as we promised you guys, we will get you those shirts out. And we're gonna give away a little bit more because we hit 750. So there you go. So let us know what you think about this whole Asuka and Sasha thing. Do you think we're finally going to get the Bayley-Sasha confrontation that everybody's been looking forward to? Are we finally going to see that? Again, we've been waiting for this for months and months and months. So hopefully we finally get it. We finally get it. Biased, or is that Blazed Radio? Yeah, Blazed Radio. Yo. Says the Insiders Wrestling Podcast is boy. Blaze McCoy, keep up the amazing work. Hey, man, appreciate that. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate the kind words. So what else do we got going on, Jeff? What is our next topic?
All right. So let's talk about the infamous eye.
Oh, no. Not the glass eye. No. I you know what? Remember when I talked to you guys about looking like one of those eye gumballs? And I said it better not look like an eye gumball. It kind of looks like an eye gumball. I know it's a glass eye. It's got the red line around it, but yeah, let's talk about the eye for an eye match. What did you think? I mean, what did you think? Was it everything you expected it to be? I know I was personally taken a little bit aback by it because I expected it to be a full-on cinematic match when they were talking about it being cinematic. Now, they did use, cinematic stuff. You could see the camera shots and this and that. So, yeah, they did use it. I guess maybe I kind of didn't expect it to be inside of a ring. They never said that, so that was just me. But, yeah, I mean, did you enjoy it? I know a lot of people did. A lot of people, the outcome and everything. I liked the match. I thought the match was great. Rusty said, can we please never have another eye for an eye match? Even Spike hated it. Yeah, look, I don't know. It was a gimmick match. Obviously, but yeah, I liked the match. I thought they did a great job wrestling when they were inside the ring. I thought they really beat each other up. I mean, with all the little tools that were being used to try to rip an eye out of a person. I don't think I've ever seen so many tools that you could use to rip someone's eye out in a match. So Phil said the match was great. Stipulation was just silly. Yeah, I don't know. I think the whole thing has been a little overdone. Again, like we kind of talked about on our post show for Extreme Rules, a lot of great matches, but the endings were a lot to be desired. And I didn't care for this ending so much, again, like the Asuka Sasha thing, because it ended the same damn way. Like we got the same ending we got with Ray before. He used the same move, the same steps, and the same exact thing. So I don't know. I didn't like the end. I didn't like the ending. Now obviously Ray is going to probably be written off TV at this point, I'm guessing. We saw Seth go against Aleister Black, which they beat the crap out of Aleister Black. Left him really beat up at the end of that. So really made Seth look strong. Obviously he had Murphy help him. So, but who's going to come in now? Aleister's down. I'm not sure where Humberto is. We haven't seen him in a while. So is he out? Is there something going on with Humberto? Who is going to come in now? I mean, is it going to be Ray's son? Is it going to be Dominic next? I don't know. Brandy is in the chat. Brandy is in the
Hello,
chat.
Brandy.
Hey, Brandy, how are you? Listen. You are a trooper. You are absolutely a trooper. I don't know how you do it, but God bless. And everybody is really pulling for you. We hope, obviously, that you're resting up and you're getting stronger every day and you're getting better. So welcome into our chat, obviously. So yeah, that's what I felt. Jeff, what did you think of this match? Like I said, the match was good. The ending, meh, not so good.
Yeah, I mean, first off, the first thing that I thought when I saw the eye is I thought it looked like a Mr. Potato Head eye. That was my first thought.
Nice, nice,
that was
nice.
my first thought. But it was a great match. Honestly, I mean, you've got two of the best in the ring, in my opinion. Seth is amazing, and Ray. I mean, Ray's just Ray. So, um, but honestly, this is a problem for WWE. They have these great talented wrestlers, but they put these really lofty, unrealistic stipulations on matches that they just paint themselves into a corner, and it's a no-win situation, honestly. I mean, other than what we got, what were people expecting? Were they expecting to see a eye hanging out? I mean, not to get graphic, but honestly, what were you expecting if, with how they did it? I mean, obviously a lot of us thought that this would be a more cinematic style match, and they probably could have done some different things there. But honestly, I mean, just stop just stop putting yourselves in these really tough situations where you're not going to get a positive response. So that's my thing. I mean, I don't know. I just think that continue to they just continue to put themselves in a corner.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Rusty, I love your comment, man, but it almost looked like you put doink. I almost looked at that and thought you said doink. I thought this would have been a great time to put doink over, but you said I know it's Dominic, but you used an extra K, and I kind of read it weird, and out of the corner of my eye, I thought you said it would have been a great time to put doink over. I'm like, okay. C says apparently the eye hanging out spot was done and recorded but edited out hours before the show. Could be, could very well be. Yeah. So look, Darren says I think it's Seth and Murphy versus KO again now. Yeah, Kevin Owens will probably get back involved again. I would imagine. Yeah, I would imagine KO will probably get back involved. I mean, he was back involved with Seth. Look, I'm starting to get the feel that, and this was talked about too, was that a lot of matches heading into SummerSlam looked to be rematches. They were going with Edge and Orton. Obviously, that's scrapped. They were going with Brock and Drew. That was scrapped. Are they going with more rematches and stuff like that heading into their? I don't know. I mean, it's a possibility, I guess. Hey, Shane is in the chat. Hello to my friend Shane Bloodsword. We interviewed Shane on our channel, so check that out if you haven't. Shane is a former indie wrestler, has his own gaming stream channel. Check him out if you like wrestling games. Has his own wrestling league that he does almost every night. Guy works hard. So welcome to our stream, Shane. Kim want to know what happened to Brandy. Kim, unfortunately, she's just she has COVID. She was in the hospital to start. They kind of let her out, and then she wasn't feeling well, so she's back in the hospital again. Yeah, so just going through just a lot of stuff. So yeah. So anyway, but yeah, I agree, Jeff. I think that they just write themselves into a corner. And look, they just changed writers. So wasn't this supposed to be when things were going to change? Weren't they supposed to end things? But I can't say that they're responsible because again, there's the black cloud of not knowing who they've got, who do they have to work with, and that's always going to be there because they don't necessarily have to let us know who that is going to be and who it's not. We may never find out. I know C shared something with with Finn Balor. I retweeted that Finn was saying he was in quarantine, watching all of the season episodes of Seinfeld in quarantine. Wow, like, so that's what I mean. We can't say anything because we don't know what is going on with people and this virus and who has it and who doesn't and who's quarantined and who's not. So maybe they just got to work with who they're working for. I mean, look at Shelton Benjamin got his first win since before iPhones were made. His first singles win. So yeah, look, maybe it's just who they've got to work with, and I can't say anything about that. Monica says, "Do we think MVP is stealing Bobby's spotlight?" Well, I mean, he's Bobby's mouthpiece, which I'm fine with. MVP obviously a little bit better, I think, on the mic than Bobby Lashley. So I don't know. Again, there's a situation where they now have a faction with those two and Shelton Benjamin. I don't know. I really don't know. TurboCast, what up? What's going on, man? Welcome. Brandy says, I needed my insiders fixed for SummerSlam. I think we will see matches that we haven't seen a build for yet. Very possible. Very possible. So, Jeff, what is up next, man? Hopefully we get a little more positive as we go here.
Yeah, I know. All right, so we'll go to the Wyatt
swamp
fight.
Well, we all would like to talk about Bray, so let's talk about the swamp fight. We talked about this on Abby's Window. We covered a lot in Abby's Window. What's going to be the fallout from this? We'll talk about that more on next Abby's Window. But tell us, guys, what do you think is going to happen here? Are we going to see no Braun Strowman? Is Braun and of course, we got a WWE tweet out today saying, where is Braun Strowman? So I'm guessing that's making us think that Braun is gone for a little while. He's going to be off the air. There are so many rumors out there about this. This is why I got to like Bray, because you just get the tons of rumors with him, and the rumors are just flying around. Is the Fiend now going to just go rampaging basically on SmackDown and just go back to where he was just attacking people every week, coming out and taking out a legend and taking out other people? So is that going to happen? What are we going to see? I mean, we missed obviously the Fiend character because he's been out since God knows when. He hasn't wrestled since Daniel Bryan. So now that he's back, is this going to be like the Fiend, just destroying everything in his path on SmackDown? I know all you guys would like that. You would have no problem with that if that was the case. But some of the legends better watch out. I know we saw Ron Simmons. Ron Simmons, man, be careful, buddy. Between Randy Orton and if the Fiend is on a rampage, you better be careful what show you go to. Shane says, or Bloodsword 6, that is Shane says COVID is killing everything. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's been this year has just been a wash. This year has just been a wash. It's just like almost you just want to move past, just move past it. So yeah, what tell us what you guys think. What do you think is coming up next? I mean, is Braun gone? Are we going to see the Fiend now? Obviously, we should get some notification where we will see if there's going to be a Funhouse this coming Friday, and if so, is the Fiend going to be unleashed? Jeff, what do you think we're going to see fallout from this match?
I think we're going to see a lot more of the Fiend. I think that Braun is either he's already changed or he's changing, and we could get a return of either the Black Sheep at SummerSlam, or I think we could see that Boar mask finally come into play that Kyle tweeted out a while back. So
yep.
I think that's where we're headed. I would love to see a cabin match, another cinematic match at SummerSlam. I don't want them to overdo the cinematic matches because they're so awesome, and I don't want them to get stale. But at the same time, I just want to see this play out a little bit more in a cinematic style.
Yeah, I agree. DJ B. Tazzy says, hey, at least I got some alligators in the swamp match. Let me stop talking about alligators. Yes. DJ, by the way, I want to see that Mysterio eye on your wall. I know you told people that you're going to put stuff on the back wall. Well, we got to see a close-up of the eyeball. You got to have the eyeball on your wall. Sonny says 2020, the year of Jumanji. Yes, yes. We're getting locusts and we're getting bees and hornets and oh, good Lord, what's next? People are saying land sharks. Maybe we'll get land sharks. I don't know. Land shark. If you guys have watched old Saturday Night Live, you would get that reference. Otherwise, there is no way you're going to know what I'm talking about. Kevin Correa says Aleister Black versus Seth Rollins at SummerSlam. Yeah, that would be awesome. I would. That'd be a good match. That would be a very good match to see. Braun is gone for a week or two, but we'll be back for SummerSlam. Yeah, more than likely. More than likely. But we'll see how he comes back. It's interesting. Yeah. Will he come back with that mask? That'd be awesome. If you saw him with that boar mask that our buddy Kyle Scarborough put out there in artwork, all those, and Bray did too, obviously. Those that right before WrestleMania. So will that be it? DJ says, I miss crowds in all sports. We did the Giants versus A's. Yeah. DJ works for the Oakland A's. So very cool. Without a crowd, it's very quiet. I'm sure. It's just really, really hard to get used to. So yes. So again, we'll talk more about this on Monday when we talk about all things Bray Wyatt on Abby's window. So we'll get more into details about what happens this week on SmackDown with Bray and where we are going from here. So what's up next, Jeff?
Let's talk about Slammiversary.
Ooh, let's talk about Impact, shall we? So those of you who did not know, we had our first watch along for Impact for Slammiversary this past Saturday. It was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. And if you guys joined us for it, I hope you did too, because there were some great matches in Slammiversary. We had a new knockout champion, of course, Deonna Purrazzo. Eddie Edwards won the title. Man, did we see some people. Heath Slater. We saw, of course, Gallows and Anderson came back, the Good Brothers. We saw an EC3 teaser at the end. We saw Eric Young come out. Look, everybody, and they swerved us too a few times. So they did a good job with it. They swerved us a couple times, thinking we were getting somebody that we didn't. Obviously, when Swan came down, everybody was kind of start, oh, is this all we're getting? Is this all we're getting? And then Eric Young came out. So, yeah, listen, I think Slammiversary was a win. I really do. I think it was a win all around. I think it was a great show. So many good matches. During that show. The North obviously retained, and then they lost their titles on Impact last night in another amazing match against the Motor City Machine Guns. Fantastic. You want to, guys, if you want to see a good tag team match, if you want to see a classic tag team match with classic tag team style, go and watch this match from last night. Oh, this reminded me of old school late 70s, early 80s tag team action, where you tag your partner in and out. The one guy gets worked on a lot, the other one tags the other guy in and back and forth. You just so many times in tag team matches now, they get outside the ring, they don't come back in, they're out there forever, they're doing all kind of different things. No, this was a classic tag team match. So good, and I hope these guys meet up again somewhere down the road. I don't know where they're going to go with this now, but so good. Of course, yes, the North had held on to those belts for a long time, and that came to an end on Impact last night. So the Motor City Machine Guns are your new champs. But Slammiversary, Jeff, and obviously we'll wrap that up because we talked about that for a little bit the last few days as well. But what were your big takeaways from Slammiversary?
Well, I'm putting them up on the screen right now. EC3. Seeing we got all the buzz that he was putting out these videos, and we really didn't know where he was going. And then you think we're done with the pay-per-view. And then that promo pops up, his video package pops up, and it was truly amazing. And then last night we got a confrontation between he and Moose, which is surprising, but it's kind of not surprising. I just, oh man, I love what they've done to build past this and take that momentum that they've gotten. And Brandy, we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Brandy says
she's foreshadowing
competition for Yes, foreshadowing. We're going to talk about where we feel Impact fits into the grand scheme of things right now. But yeah, I was really excited to see all of the folks from WWE that had been released show up and get that opportunity. And that's honestly, I feel like that's what Impact represents. You take someone like Deonna Purrazzo, who barely got any time on NXT. She wrestled in a few times on Raw and then main event, and you take her career from that to now she's the Knockouts champion.
Yep.
That tells you that Impact is looking to really get new and fresh talent and elevate that talent and give an opportunity that I don't feel like other places could give. So, shout out to Impact for doing a great job.
Yeah, I agree. Daz4785 says women's title match was the best match easily. Burek says, why does Heath not go by Heath Slater anymore? They change things up. Whenever they leave, go to other places, they might change things around a little bit. So he's just Heath now. I don't know. Maybe he likes Heath Bar Candy and he's just going by Heath. I don't know. Daz says, I like the women's tag match also. Yes. Team Rocket says he has to go. Take care, man. Welcome. Glad you could join us for how long that you did. EC3 really looks different. Don't know why they're saying he is not employed in Impact. Must be a storyline, says Jason Stoffer. Yeah, I mean, look, he's obviously he came out and he took out Moose. So looks, I assumed, and probably incorrectly, I guess, that he was coming back as a heel. But doesn't look that way. He's going after Moose. So unless he's just going to go after anyone or is just looking to get that title, I'm not sure. But yeah, I love the promos. I love the promos. Obviously, when Jeff and I stream, you don't get to listen to the promos, but I love the promos that he has had. I really like what he's doing there. And I love the look of the promos. Very, very cool. Very impactful promo that he's got going on. Daz says Gary might have. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where Gary is. Unfortunately, listen, everybody has things that they have to take care of. So, like I said, all we could do is hope that nothing serious has happened or anything like that. And maybe he did fall asleep. I know he stays up for us, so he's got a job pretty early in the morning the next day. So who knows? Maybe he got called into work. I'm not sure, but apologize for Gary not being here. But yeah, it looks as if Gary won't be joining us tonight. So yeah, but we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get him back next week. But anyway, Slammiversary was fun. And it led into Impact very well. And I thought Impact did a very good job following up Slammiversary. And we got some cool things coming next week on our stream for Impact as well. We got a what are they calling that house thing, Jeff? That looks really interesting with we got some characters in that, man.
House.
Well, Wrestle House, yes.
Yeah,
we got Wrestle House coming. That looks like it's going to be fun. Obviously, Rosemary's in there. We got Crazy Steve in there. We got Johnny Bravo in there. We got Taya Valkyrie in there. So that's going to be whatever that's going to be. That's going to be a lot of fun. I'm not sure what they're doing, but that looks like it's going to be really, really fun. Where that's going, I don't know. Is it a reality show of some sort? Is it, I don't know, but it looks like it's going to be fun. And I'm really impressed. I've only been watching Impact for a little over a month now, but I am really impressed with where they have gone and what they've done in Slammiversary and obviously on Impact yesterday. So what else do we got, Jeff?
Well, let's head to the part of the show that I think a lot of people enjoy.
Okay.
And
let's
that
do
is
that.
going to be
Let's do that.
Inside the Ropes, Sell or No Sell.
Here we
Let's
go.
start with since we talked about this first already. Let's talk about this again so we can just wrap it up real quick. How about that? Let's talk about Asuka and Bailey again. So, Sell or No Sell, the match finish that they had creates a better storyline. Sell or No Sell.
I'm going to take a pass with this, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I will sell it if and only if we get Bailey versus Sasha. Finally, if that leads to that, I'm good. I will sell it. If that leads to that, if we don't, and this just keeps going and going and going and going with no resolution, and we just get back to the whole Bailey and Charlotte follies outside of the ring. I think Moda described it as a Benny Hill skit. I mean, if it just goes that direction and they just stay doing what they're doing, no sell it, because it obviously led to nothing other than a possible feud with Asuka and Shayna Baszler, which they could have done anyway. So, yeah, I'm going to take a pass. I'm going to be neutral on this one because I just don't know what's going to come. But if Bailey and Sasha don't split because of this, then it's a definite no sell, no question. That ending was terrible, flat out terrible. I've seen some goofy stuff with referees. I've seen some crazy finishes with guest referees. Bailey was none of those. Bailey just decided to take it upon herself to put a referee's shirt on, then go over and threaten the person with the bell and make him ring the bell, and then they just hand Sasha the belt. That was an awful ending. And if Vince thought up that, shame on you. Shame on you, because that was so. But again, if it leads to Sasha and Bailey, I'm okay with it. Other than that, no sell it all the way. But as of right now, I'm just kind of taking a pass, and I'm going to stick to the middle and just see where it goes. What about you?
This is kind of a tough one, but I'm gonna sell it.
Okay, I love it.
And I don't. Let's see. I'm gonna sell it because I do think that we will finally get completion. Hopefully.
Let's hope.
Hopefully. I'm gonna give the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
In this case, I'm gonna say sell because hopefully this gives us something else that spins off of this. I don't think we'll get the Bailey Sasha turn yet after this, but I think the seeds will be planted at the end of this match because I do think Bailey will get involved and cost Sasha. I do think that's going to happen. So I think we'll start to see that relationship fracture a little bit at the end of this, and that's why I'm selling it, because I do think we'll get some hint that we're seeing trouble in paradise.
Cool. No, there you go. All right. Austin says, I was mad at the finish, but when I thought more about it, I think it was fine. They're heels. The finish made sense for them. I just hope it leads to something. John says sell. Monica says sell. Barrick says, I hate when WWE drags storylines. It'll be just like the Hacker story, stale and overdone. The Hacker story is non-existent. Non-existent. And now we've seen Ali. Yeah, I think that's dead and gone. Ali is obviously on Raw. So, yeah, I think that's dead and gone. Yeah, so there you go. Next up, man, what is next on the table?
All right, next up, let's see here. We're going to go with a little AEW right now.
AEW.
So tonight we got Cody defending the TNT Championship against Eddie Kingston, which was awesome. They had thumbtacks, Joe.
Oh, Jeff doesn't like thumbtacks. Jeff doesn't like the thumbtacks.
So yeah, I kind of cringed at that point, but yeah. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna sell this.
I love
it. Cody should absolutely defend the title against opponents outside of AEW because it gets more eyes on AEW, and I really like that. I like the fact that it does seem like a open challenge, and it's not just to AEW wrestlers, which I really like that because it's elevating the TNT Championship more and more each week as Cody defends it. So I'm definitely going to sell this one because I think this is a really good opportunity for AEW to kind of partner up with some different indies and different people, to get some more exposure for them, especially during a time like this where a lot of those indie wrestlers are out of work. So I definitely sell this one.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you here. I'm selling this all the way. Again, we talked about fantasy matchups, and fantasy matchups is what this is all about. I mean, how cool would it be to see Cody Rhodes fight Danhausen? How cool would that be? Right. Me and Jeff are Fanhausen. So yes, how cool would that be to see Dan? How cool would it be for Nick Aldis to fight Cody? How cool would it be for, I don't know. There's so many possibilities out there. Somebody like Warhorse to fight Cody. It'd be so cool. And listen, AEW can get, even more popularity by bringing some of these guys in than they already have. For people that would love to see those matchups, would be amazing. Would be absolutely amazing to see that kind of stuff. And I think it would help both. It would help AEW, and it obviously would help the guys who are struggling out there now. The indie guys are listen, they're not working. They're not working. So, most of them anyway. So it would really help them out as well. Get them some in-ring time. Let people know that they're still that they're still out there. Get some merch sales for them when they're coming over and doing that. I think really Cody can help out people a lot here. And I think it would be amazing to see some of these fantasy matches. And with that belt too, it's not a high prestige title and stuff like that. So it's kind of just being the fact that it's a TNT championship, that can kind of, I think, be used as something like that, where you can kind of bring somebody else into the picture. So, I'm selling this. I'm absolutely selling it because I would love to see that happen. I would absolutely love to see them bring in some different people.
Absolutely.
Rusty says, could Danhausen make Cody? Rusty said, could Danhausen make Cody bleed? I'm sure he can. I'm sure he can. Everybody makes Cody bleed.
A cotton ball would make Cody bleed at this point. So
hello, Nails joined us. Hello, and welcome to Nails. So what's up next, man?
Hey, Nails. All right, so we're going to talk a little bit more about Impact.
All right.
Some more Impact Wrestling here. So new talent acquisitions put Impact in conversation with WWE and AEW. Sell or no sell?
First, I want to preface this by saying, if you didn't see on our Twitter yet today, it was really funny. And I think I got this from C as well. He shared it earlier, and I retweeted it. It's a picture with all the new acquisitions, and they're all kind of giving the middle finger in the picture. We know who that's aimed at. But yeah, it was just a funny picture to see. So if you haven't seen that, that's on our Twitter page. But anyway, new talent acquisitions putting in by sell. Yes. Listen, guys, it's no secret. Impact is being talked about a lot. They are being talked about a lot. They are at the front of conversations the last few days. And Daz is saying they need some more stars to compete with WWE. Maybe you're right. But look, they are, I think, on a path here where they could really be gaining a lot of steam. Especially because of the fact that maybe they're taking advantage of some of the other question marks that these other shows have. We don't know, like I said this earlier, we don't know the status of a lot of these wrestlers in WWE. So maybe they're taking a little bit of advantage of that. Obviously, on Tuesday nights, where Impact is, there's nothing going on Tuesday nights. So there's really nothing else. I mean, yeah, I know you have AEW Dark. But besides that, they kind of have that spot to themselves for the moment. So yes, I'm selling this all day long. I like what they've done. I think they're going to only get better. I think as maybe you're going to see more and more people defect over there eventually. But yeah, I think that yeah, I'm selling this all day. I like what Impact's doing. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because we are streaming it either, because maybe you guys are going to say that, but that's not true. Like I said, I haven't watched it for a long time. I just started watching it lately, but I think they have got some good things going on, and I am selling that, absolutely selling it. What about you?
Real quick, yeah, real quick before I give my take on that, Nels just wants to let Brandy know that she's so happy to see her here in the chat. So
Ah,
there
yes,
we go. There we go.
absolutely.
Um, okay, so in terms of how I feel about this, I am going to sell it with a caveat. So,
I love it.
um, and the reason I say that is I do. Here's what I think. I think after this weekend, Impact is definitely in the conversation in the as far as the top three companies at this point. Now, obviously, some people will say, well, "What about New Japan?" Yeah, they're there too, but Impact is in the conversation. Um, what they can do to elevate even further is to add someone like a Rusev, because that would be awesome, and it would give them another prominent male wrestler. Because here's the thing about Impact: the Knockouts division is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The tag team division is amazing.
Yep.
So all you need is a little bit more star power in terms of the men's division, and to create some different kinds of matchups. Now, I think they've done a great job with who they've added, but I'd like to see Rusev, Miro, who whatever you want to call him. I'd love to see him um, in that in Impact, because I think he'd finally get the chance to do what he didn't have the chance to do in WWE. The other thing that I'll say about that, you brought up, WWE and their 10,000 shows a week, and then you got AEW and their 2 shows a week. Guys, sometimes less is more. And with Impact, I'm so happy right now that they don't have another show this week. You know why? Because I am salivating to get to next Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like, okay, what's coming next? I have to wait a whole week to see it. That pumps me up because I have something to look forward to next Tuesday, as opposed to seeing the same thing over and over again. And I mean, they're doing it very well. And Darren says, it's a good time to be a wrestling fan. It is. It's an amazing time to be
Yes,
a
it is.
wrestling fan, because there's so much wrestling out there, good quality wrestling. And not only that, but there are different styles of wrestling. So, enjoy it. I don't want to get on the soapbox here, but people, that continually complain about, different companies, and they fight on Twitter, um, and all of that stuff. So, you know, I I get it, but seriously, cut it out because it's stupid. I mean, just enjoy wrestling. Enjoy the fact that we still have wrestling during a pandemic, and that we really didn't see much of a. Um, we've seen wrestling throughout this whole thing. So yeah, and Rusty actually brings up a good question here. He says, if Impact is on Tuesdays, will that hurt NWA when it returns? I don't think so. I don't think it hurts NWA, because the fan bases are a little bit different, and
Yeah.
that's the thing. I mean, there are enough fans out there that you've got your diehard WWE, AEW, Impact, and NWA fans. You're gonna have those loyal watchers and viewers every week anyway. So now that Impact is kind of up, they're a little more visible now. I think what we'll see is them starting to attract other wrestling fans, but I don't think that hurts NWA because I think they are pretty entrenched in the fan base that they have. So I don't think it hurts them. What do you think about that question, Joe?
Um, yeah, I, uh, we've seen so many, we've seen so many things going on with arguments and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't think it's going to hurt NWA. NWA has a different spot altogether anyway. So if they come back and they say and stay in that same spot they were in, they would go from 6 to 7. So it's really not going to bother it. I don't think. And like I said, NWA is a much different fan base. I enjoyed it. Jeff enjoyed it. But I think they've got a little bit of a different fan base than Impact does. So no, I don't think. Look, they can all coexist. They really can, and we'll see when I don't. I know Billy Corgan came out and said they are not done, which is cool. I'm glad to hear that. Great news. But I still don't think they are going to come back until they can bring fans back in the building. They are so reliant on that crowd. That crowd is such a big player in NWA that they've got to have a crowd. If they don't, it just doesn't work. So I don't think that's going to be a factor for goodness knows how long until we get crowds back. So I just don't think it'll affect it. I really don't think it'll affect it. Sunny's going crazy. She's spouting off about weird things, ducks and everything like that in the chat. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah. Johnny Bates says, diehard Impact fan till the day I drop dead. Awesome, man. Listen, it's great that, like Jeff said, it's great to be a fan. So many cool things going on now. And yeah, Baruch says, I would love to see the Good Brothers say they're the best tag team in the world. Then their opponent follows it up by, where is your trophy? Well, that's fighting words. So yeah, guys. So look, all right, Jeff, I think we're at the part of the requested debate, are we not?
Yeah, it's time to take the debate outside of wrestling and have a little fun. So I'll let you talk a little bit about the poll that you put out there and what we're going to chat about.
Yes, I asked last night about snacks. I said off topic inside, because what we noticed is during streams, a lot of you guys like to talk about what you're eating during the stream. So I put up a poll. Off topic inside the ropes debate question for tomorrow: pay-per-view food and drink. Now I'll give both of them. Jessie was saying something that she wanted the last one, which was the drink part of it, to be debated. So let's start off with the two that won are pizza versus wings and Coke versus Pepsi. So let's start off with number one. We will go pizza versus wings as a snack. I'm going to start out. All right. First of all, I'm going to tell you all, and I'm turning heel now. Chicken wings suck. I absolutely hate chicken wings. Boneless, I'll take. But they're not even chicken wings anyway. They're just boneless pieces of chicken, like chicken nuggets. I'll take those. Wings, oh dear God, dude, they're awful. I don't know how people can like these things so much. They're dark meat you hardly get any. It's like eating a bone. It's like eating a piece of bone. No, I don't want to eat bones. I don't want to gnaw on a bone. I don't care how much flavoring you've got on it. I do not like chicken wings. Pizza all day and twice on Tuesday. No wings for me. You give me some boneless wings, they're chicken nuggets. So I'm not even going to say they're wings anyway. So no, I do not like wings. They are awful. Awful. Pizza all day for me. Jeff, you're up.
That's what I have to say about that.
I knew I was going to get that. I knew it.
Come on, man. Come on. Listen, wings all day, every day, and twice or maybe even 3 times on freaking Sundays. Listen, you get the right wing and you get it prepared the right way. And that's what I feel like. Maybe you just haven't had it prepared the right way. You can't go to Pizza Hut or Domino's and get good wings. I'm sorry. You have to get some legit wings, okay? I love wings. Funny story real quick. When I was working as a assistant athletic director at a university, me and quite a few of the coaches every week would go to Hooters and on Tuesdays and have their all you can eat wings. We got to the point at Hooters where they told us we couldn't come back because we ate so many wings. I mean, we had a competition and I think I finished in fourth and I had 93 wings. Okay. So that's how many wings we had. You get the right sauce, you get the right seasoning, you get it prepared the right way. And I'm not talking about the little puny wings that you bite into it and you chip your tooth because you hit a bone. I'm talking about some meat on the bones, okay? Meat, meat, good flavor.
But
And listen, Joe, here's the thing. When I when I come up there to see you, we're gonna go to a real wing spot, and it's gonna change your life. Like honestly, it's gonna change your life. So wings all day long, man. I y'all just don't know. Y'all, if you
dude,
don't know now,
I'm telling you, man, I can't. I have never been a dark meat chicken fan. Never, ever, ever. My whole life growing up, and my mom used to make whole chickens all the time. When we put stuff on the grill, it was a whole chicken that went out on the grill. No, I don't want the leg. I don't want wings. I don't give me the chicken breast. That's all. That's what I want on a chicken. I don't want dark. Okay, but anyway, so there you go. I'm a pizza guy. Jeff's a wing guy. Who knows? Maybe Joe will try better chicken wings someday.
I gotta get you some good
Anyway,
wings.
let's get on to the next one. Jesse requested this one, so I figured we'll do it because you need something to wash those things down. And we asked the age-old question that dates back to the 1980s: Coke or Pepsi? Jeff, which one, Coke or Pepsi?
See, this is a trick question because I feel like me being Southern, I have to answer this a certain way. Um, so I've got to, think about my Southern folks in the chat. Um, man, Coke is so good. It's so smooth. It just gives me the warm and tinglies inside. I mean, Coke is just amazing. It's not like really fizzy and bubbly sometimes like Pepsi is. Um, listen, Coke is amazing. Coke has a lot of different purposes as well, and you know, I, sometimes I like to have a little beverage, and I've never heard of anybody having a Jack and Pepsi, right? So it's Coke. It's a Jack and Coke. It mixes so well with some of those drinks. So for that oh yeah, thank you. Jesse just threw out I disagree with the first part of that. She says Pepsi is best, Coke is just flat pep. Come on now. Uh Cherry Coke is awesome though. Yes, cherry Coke, vanilla Coke, you name it. And you can put it in floats. Like you can make, a Coke float with some ice cream. You don't do that with Pepsi. So Coke all the way, all day long. Go ahead, Joe.
Yes, I've got to agree here. And this goes back. Yeah, look, Pepsi, you know what I'm going to describe Pepsi? Pepsi is syrupy piss water. That's what Pepsi is. Pepsi is syrupy piss water. All right. That's what Pepsi is. Pepsi is too sweet. It always has been too sweet. You know what happened when Coke tried to do that? Coke tried to make a Coke back in the 80s and they called it New Coke. You know what that was? Syrupy piss water. Same thing. That's what Coke did to try to make Pepsi and try to compete with Pepsi at that time. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. Listen, all I'm going to tell you about this argument is this. Go drive through a McDonald's and order a Coke from McDonald's. The best, honestly, I don't know what they do. No, I do know what they do to it. They chill it. So if you've ever gotten a Coke in a McDonald's and you want to know why it tastes so much better, because they keep it at 32 degrees. So it's right around the freezing mark that they give it to you. And I don't know what it is, but man, is it awesome. And like Jeff said, obviously with cocktail, you know what I love? I love the orange vanilla one that they just came out. Oh man, when you drink that out of a bottle, it tastes like you're drinking a creamsicle. It is amazing. I absolutely love it. I always love cherry Coke too. The only thing, two things I'll give Pepsi. Two. One, their diet one. The diet one is better. I will say that. But that's probably because it's sweeter. So the diet one is better. And now this doesn't even exist anymore, but you want to talk about cocktails, right? I'll go back to Christmases ago, maybe about 6-7 years ago. They came out with one called Holiday Spice Pepsi. Oh
God.
It was no. This was amazing. This stuff, man, you can mix this with. I mixed it with Captain Morgan's. I was having some Captain and this Holiday Spice. Oh, was it good? But of course, they stopped making it. So yes, no, I'm sorry. Coke all day long. Coke's been around. Like Jeff said, you could use it for other things. You know what else you used to be able to use Coke for? Paint thinner. They take the paint right off your car. So imagine what that's doing to your insides. But yes, listen, soda is bad for you either way. But,
yes, it's terrible for you.
But don't drink a lot of soda when you're having parties. No. It's not good for you either way. Did you ever see those little things of how much sugar is in one glass of soda? Yeah, it's terrible. It's really bad. It's like you're drinking straight sugar. So either way, and diet soda is not good for you either. It's got all kind of chemicals in it that God only knows what it is giving to you. Yeah. But yes, so I'm sorry, I'm a Coke guy. I always have been. I'll tell you a little story quick. I'm old enough to have drank a Diet Coke when it first came out. I was just thinking about this the other day because I was talking about this. I think I was talking to my wife about it the other day, but yeah, Diet Coke came out in like the mid 80s. It first debuted probably around 19. Oh, you know why I thought of it? I was watching on Netflix Supermarket Sweep, one of the old game shows from the 80s, which I love, by the way. It's so campy, but it's so funny. And when I saw it, I saw the aisle of Diet Coke, and it's in the old Diet Coke cans. So I can remember going to a store. I think I was probably about 13. Going to a local store, and I picked up a bottle. I'm like, oh, Diet Coke. Honest to God, when I took a sip of that, I almost threw up. And Butterspark just said, can I have a tab? When they made this back in the day, they made it with something called it was called Sweet and Low. They put this thing called Sweet. So if you ever go into a coffee place and you see the little packets that are pink, it's awful. That stuff is like death. Like how anybody could drink that crap, it is so bitter. It is beyond me how people could drink that. And that's what they were putting in diet soda back then. It is, honest to God, awful. So I like took a drink out of it and I'm like, I think I spilled the rest of it down the sewer and I threw the bottle away. It was awful. Absolutely awful. But yeah, so there you go. There's my Diet Coke story.
That was a trash drink. Honestly.
Yeah.
I got to shout out Butterspark because Butterspark said Royal Crown. Who knows about RC?
RC Cola. Yes.
There.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. That takes me back. I love RC.
Yeah.
And he also brought up Tab.
Tab was awful. Tab was so bad. Some of these companies didn't give up using that stuff. Saccharin, that's the word I'm looking for. Sweet and Low was made with saccharin, and some of these companies never gave that up. They never went over to NutraSweet and all the other artificial sweeteners we have today. They kept using saccharin. And some of these sodas, there was another one. What the hell was the name of it? It was a grapefruit soda. It wasn't Squirt. It was, oh my God, it's right on the top of my head. What the hell's the name of it? Fresca. Fresca.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Chef.
Oh my God, was that awful. This was like a grapefruit soda with saccharin in it. You want to talk about, it was like you took a grapefruit, halved it, and just sucked on the grapefruit with nothing, just put this bitter thing in your mouth and just, awful. Awful. You know what RC made too, which was amazing soda, one of my favorites to this day? Cherokee Red soda. Oh, it's so good. If you've never had it, it's cherry soda, but oh my God, it's one of the best sodas I've ever had to this day. And it was gone. It was off the market for the longest time, and then they brought it back recently, probably 3-4 years ago, I think. But so good. And that was the same company that made RC made different sodas and stuff like that. So yeah. So there you go. We talked about soda on a wrestling podcast.
My down south folks will know about this, but I got to bring Rusty's comment up. He says, "What about Surge?"
Surge. Surge. DJ's asking about cream soda. DJ, DJ, I'm gonna give you a little tip. Go find, because I drink it now, but I drink the diet one. Go find, if you have it where you are, go look for Polar. Polar is a company from Boston that makes soda, and they also make like seltzers and things like that, so you can get stuff without obviously the sugar in that. You want a good cream soda. There's 2 of them I would say to get. Polar is one of them. The other one is Stewart's. If you can find bottles of Stewart's cream soda in a store where you are, go find those. Very, very good cream soda, because I like cream soda. I've also in the past had red cream. They don't make that much anymore, but they used to have red cream soda as well. So yes. So there you go.
I got a couple others though. My down south folks will probably know about this. Red Rock.
Nope, never heard of that.
Strawberry soda. It's amazing.
Okay.
That's really amazing. My blood sugar just went up just thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is Tahitian Treat.
No, never heard of that either. They're definitely southern ones that I've never heard of yet.
It's like a fruit punch, but if you're from the South and you know what I'm talking about, just give me a shout at the in the chat there. But yeah.
Well, there you go. We spoke about soda on our wrestling podcast. So, hey, you never know. You never know what we're going to talk about. Root beer cream soda, says Big Boy. Yeah, root beer is good. Root beer is good if you get the right kind. Sonny speaking French. I have no translator on me, so I have no idea what you're saying. But she's probably yelling at me because I said Pepsi was bad, which I'm guessing. Moxie soda. Yeah, I've heard of Moxie. I've never had it, but I've heard of it. So what's next for professional wrestling? Soda, says Johnny Bates. Yeah, apparently. Apparently we are talking about soda. Fresco is cyanide. Fresco is bad, man. Fresco's really bad. It's supposed to be grapefruit soda, so you kind of think it wouldn't be so bad, but yeah, Fresco's awful. Anywho, so yes, so that was Jason says he loves sweet tea. Talking to Jeff about Southern drinks. Yes. So let's move on forward, shall we? And let's talk about the interview tomorrow. So I told you guys I would announce who gets to ask Days a question. So I am going to do that. So I said already that we are going to allow Days Fan, even though Days Fan, man, you got to chill, buddy. You're just going off on everybody in the chat. But anyway, Days Fan is going to get Days Fan gets a question. He did win the artwork from Jody, which unfortunately he could not take, just circumstances there where he couldn't do it. So we are giving Days Fan a question. Days Fan, you can be a little positive now, man. You can be a little positive. You get to ask Days a question tomorrow, so be a little positive, be a little happy, so there you go. So Days Fan gets a question. So we're going to do, Jeff, what do we come up with? What are we going to say? 6 people-ish, did we say?
Yeah, 6 people. Okay,
so Days Fan is number 6. No particular order. We're just saying people are. So Days Fan, don't get mad. Don't get mad because you're number 6. So we also have John Dioria gets to ask Dave a question. So John Dioria will be number 5. John Dioria gets to ask Dave a question, or Dave's a question. So now listen, guys, the way this is going to work is you're going to have to send us your email. So listen, if you do not have an email, you cannot do this. So please let us know that, and we will have to give it to someone else. I understand some of you don't like or don't have emails maybe of your own and stuff like that. I get it. And that's fine. But unfortunately for this particular instance, we have to have an email. So John and Days Fan are 1 and 2. We have 4 more. Brandy, if you are good tomorrow and you want to ask Days a question, you are more than welcome to come in and do so. You don't have to be. You are part of our show, obviously. So Jody will be here with us as well. So you are more than welcome to come in and ask a question. We have at number 3, Dave in real life. Dave in real life. I don't know if he's with us tonight, but Dave in real life, you get to come on and ask Days a question tomorrow. So Dave in real life is a number 3 out of our 6 people. And let's see, we've got number 4 is our own Jesse Callan. Jesse Callan, you are number 4 on the list. You get to come and ask Days a question. Like I said, please DM us your email so we can get the invite out to you for the interview tomorrow. And again, we're going to do the interview. We're going to talk to Days first. So we're going to bring the people who want to ask him questions on after the initial thing where we're talking to him. So it'll be more toward the end of the show. So you've got to be available. The interview starts at 7. So plan on being available from like maybe – starts at 7. So plan on being around by like maybe 10 to 8 to around 8:30. Okay. And again, make the questions, please keep them clean. If we get any, and I listen, I trust you guys. We all know you. So I trust you, but keep it clean. If anybody comes on and says something we don't like, we reserve the right to boot you. So don't make us do that. Be professional, please. Don't make us boot you guys out. No, Days Fan, one question per. So we're up to 4. We got 2 more to go. Question number 5 goes to Killer Sasuke. Killer Sasuke gets to ask Days a question. He is number 5. And we have 1 left. Last one on the list is Sunny Wolf. Sunny Wolf gets to come on and ask Days a question. So listen, we picked these we asked you guys to do some stuff. So the people that did the stuff got in the little lottery that we had to ask Days a question. So congrats to all the people that got to ask him questions tomorrow. And again, please send us your emails, even if we may have had them before, because we've talked to you, some of you guys before in interviews. Please send them again, because there is no way in my DMs I'm still going to have those or even be able to see them at this point. So please resend us your DMs. And yes, so you get to interact with Days. Going to kind of do it like a little bit of a call-in type thing, where I and Jeff and Jody will act as kind of like the DJs or the hosts, and we will have you come on, ask your question, and then we will, again, please keep it. Look, Days is not going to give you guys his real name, so don't ask him that. It's going to waste your question. So if you ask him that, you're going to waste your question, and then that's going to be it. You're going to get an incorrect answer. So he's just going to, the same thing with his age. If you ask him how old he is, he's going to tell you 21. So don't ask that kind of stuff, because you're not going to get a straight answer. So don't waste your question. Okay. Chalmers, it was not rigged, buddy. It was up to the people who did what we asked them to do. It was that simple. So yeah, we just picked them out of the people who did that. And if you didn't retweet the post or whatever else we told you to do on there, you weren't counted. So there you go. Yes. So there you go. Congrats to everybody. Please listen to the interview tomorrow night with Days. We will talk to him, like I said, from 7 to about 8:30. Yes, Sonny says, can I ask it in French? And you can do whatever. Yeah, sure. Sure. Whatever you want to do. You want to say it in French. We're not going to have any clue what you're saying. But yep. Yeah, sure. Why not? So yes, so that is tomorrow. We will have, Showtime Torres says, I know we moved on, but Pineapple Fanta is all sugar. You know what I'm talking about? Sugar. that sucker's got more sugar, I think, than Coke. So you drink that, you're gonna have a heart attack at a very early age. Yes. So ask him how old he was when the first Beastie Boys album came out. I can tell you how old I was. Probably older than Days. Yeah. Anyway, so listen, guys. Final thoughts. Like I said, we have the Days interview tomorrow. We have Hot Tag on Friday, which looks like it's going to be about JYD, Junkyard Dog. Brandy's going to try to join Jeff for that. We will see how that goes. And then back to our normal schedule. Unfortunately, no pay-per-views this weekend. So Abby's on Monday, Impact on Tuesday. Again, if I did not tell you this before, I always do. Please go and subscribe to our Twitch, obviously our YouTube channel. We just hit 750, so thank you for that. We are also live on Periscope and Facebook as well. So, guys, do you have any questions for us? We'll get to a little Q&A while we have a couple minutes left here in the show, and then we'll let you guys get out of here. I know you had a long stream night with Days, obviously, for NXT and AEW. I still got to catch up on both of those shows because I was out doing my 80s thing. So I've got to go and watch a lot of wrestling. So let's have it. If you guys got any questions to ask us, can Vince let us know how he is tonight, says Nails. I don't have a direct line to Vince. Oh, you mean me? Let's see. What can I say? Let's see here. This podcast was some good shit. There you go. There's my Vince. There's my Vince. There you go. So there, yeah. Any other questions for us before we get out of here? If not, thank you all. We always say this to you guys. Thank you all. Sing the Funhouse intro to end the stream. I don't want to do that. I can't sing like the person who sings the Funhouse theme. I wouldn't even attempt it. I'm trying to use my impressionism to get a good Dusty Rhodes impression going on. Brandy asked me to do that, so I'm trying. I'm watching a lot of Dusty promos, and I'm trying to get a Dusty Rhodes impression going on. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm the common man. I'm Dusty Rhodes. So we'll see. I'm working. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be an absolute tough one. Puppet Vince sells the Rey Mysterio, the Horror Show eye poster should be up by next Friday. Yes. Put that eye up, baby. Put that eye up. Nail said brilliant. What do you think of the Monday Night Messiah? Seth Rollins, Showtime wants to know. I love it. I absolutely love Seth as a heel. That's where he belongs. And if that story is crossing over with the Fiend, woo, boy, I love it even more. The whole eyeball thing, the whole thing with the eyeballs in the swamp match. If that is indeed somehow crossing over with Seth, love it. Great storytelling. That would be amazing if that happens. But yeah, I love Seth. I love what Seth is doing. What company would you like to see AEW pair with? I think Smash would be a good company to associate with. Jeff, I'll let you take that one. What do you think?
NWA all day long.
Yeah, NWA is a good choice.
There are a lot of good matches that you could pull off with both of those working together.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, they already have some people down there. It's already kind of started a little bit, right? We saw who? Oh my goodness, who do we see already in go to AEW? Jeff, Ricky Starks. Yes, thank you. Ricky Starks has already been there. I mean, obviously AEW would be. Listen, if NWA had folded, which they're not, but if they had, AEW should have scooped up a lot of those women from their women's division. Camille, Thunder Rosa, Marty Bell. They could have really scooped up and had an amazing women's division. I mean, AEW already has some great people there. Would have just made it even that much better. They would have really rivaled some of the top women's divisions out there. So Butterspark says Mysterio's eye on a pole match. Oh, Austin says, hello, William Regal here. What did you think of NXT today? I can't say, man. I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it. Jeff, tell him, what did you think of NXT?
I thought it was really good. I thought that the triple threat match for the spot in the North American Championship ladder match was awesome. I really enjoyed Timothy Thatcher and Oni Larkin. And the main event, Karrion Kross and Dominic Dijakovic. I thought they were really good matches, so I enjoyed it tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go back and watch them. I'm going to have to watch both, like I said, because I could not see either show. I just caught the very end of NXT and saw a little bit of the Jericho match at the end as well, but that's all I could see. So Johnny says, one for me, Rosemary or – oh, you don't even have to ask me that. Oh, I love the Rosemary character. Just absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. I read up a lot on her today because I didn't know as much about her. So I went and I read up on her past, and where she started, where she came from. Of course, Courtney Rush. How she kind of worked her way up, and she held. We were talking about the title. She held the title for 200 and some odd days. So I don't know who we obviously we got misinformation from someone who said she didn't hold the title that long. She had it for a while. But I'm a big fan of Rosemary. I bought a Rosemary t-shirt today. So yes, I am. I'm a big Rosemary fan. Absolutely love her. I love the persona she has. It's like a cross between the Crow and the Joker. So I dig it. Sunny Wolf spouting off bands. AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, ABBA, Aerosmith, The Police. I saw The Police. I was lucky enough to see The Police when they did a reunion tour. Those guys hate each other, by the way. Absolutely hate one another. They were huge in 1985, 86 when Every Breath You Take came out. Huge. And that, man, they had nothing but bright lights in front of them. They could have ruled the world in the 80s, and they broke up because they couldn't stand one another. And they went on a reunion tour some years back. I got to see it, which was amazing. And they couldn't stand each other enough to do those. So it's a shame. One of those things where the three gentlemen in the band just could not take one another. But yeah, I love The Police. Absolutely. Always have, always will. Nail says, do you think Moose sucks eggs? I love that shirt. I love that. If you can get a printed shirt of that with Tommy Dreamer, oh man, that was great. That was absolutely great. Chalmers says, where do you think Kylie Ray would be if she stayed with AEW? Jeff, what do you think?
Champion.
Yeah.
I think she would have been champion. Maybe not immediately, but I think she would have eventually been champion, or at least in that title picture. But I'm glad to see her in the title picture in Impact.
Yeah, I agree. Any of these four your favorite? And you asked The Police twice, though, Sonny. You said The Police twice. The Police, Foo Fighters, Police again, Guns N' Roses. I like all three of them. Four of them. I almost said four. Yeah, I like all three bands. I like the Foo Fighters. I like some of their stuff. Everlong, great song. And Guns N' Roses. How can you not like Guns N' Roses? Guns N' Roses, when they came out, was almost a shocker because it was the first time in an era of where you had warning stickers and labels put on albums by the I can't remember the name of that. Oh man. Just slipped my mind, but there was a rating that had to be put on albums so never anyone cursed, and you couldn't hear them curse on a radio, so they had to cut the songs and stuff like that. So when you got that Guns N' Roses album and all the F-bombs that were on that album, it was crazy. It was crazy. I mean, people went nuts for that album. So Dale says, Team Demon Rosemary. Yes. Question for Joe and Jeff: what is your favorite type of music? Jeff, go ahead. What is your favorite type of music, man?
That's a tough question. I'm really an eclectic music listener, so I listen to just about everything. My favorite band is actually Pink Floyd.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But in terms of music that I could sit and listen to all day long and not change the channel, would be 90s R&B music.
Oh, okay.
Late
Very cool.
80s and late 80s and 90s R&B music.
Very cool, Jeff. Man, I love the R&B in the '80s was really good. I really liked a lot of. I think I was spouting some New Edition lyrics out to DJ B Tazzy. If it isn't love, such a good song. There was some really good R&B in the late '80s. So yeah, I agree. Me, tough call too for me because I worked in a record store all the way back when I was 17. So when I did, I was able to, and I had already been a music fan because my parents were. So I listened to a lot of music, all different kinds. And when I worked in that record store, all the people in there like different things. So I listened to, my goodness, Joan Armatrading. I listened to Tracy Chapman. I listened to just so many different people like Madonna in there. I listened to so many different things. I listened to New Age music, which is almost like, I guess you can kind of call it like a relaxing kind of a yoga music maybe today. If you had to, it's just kind of peaceful, a lot of nature sounds and stuff like that. So I can listen to jazz. I really, the only thing I'm not a huge fan of is country, especially twangy country. I could always kind of take or leave it. I listen to old school rap. I was listening to Run DMC, Grandmaster Flash in the 80s. I can remember lyrics to Grandmaster Flash's song New York, New York. So it tells you how much I listen to. But if I had to pick 80s hair metal, is my favorite. Because I'm my favorite band ever is Kiss. I've been a Kiss fan since I was probably 7. I bought my very first cassette tape when I was that age, and it was Kiss's Love Gun, and I was hooked. Those guys, because of what I like, you can kind of see a pattern in what I like, can't you? I mean, I love Rosemary, I love The Fiend, I love the horror stuff. Well, they were like superheroes. And I absolutely love them from start to finish. I still do today. I've seen them many times in concert. They still, from all the shows I've seen, put on a tremendous live show. Tremendous. They are not the greatest musicians, nor will I ever say they are, but they really their shows are a spectacle. If you have never seen them, go and do so, because they are. I took my oldest daughter to her first concert to see them, and she was blown away. Butterspark, Shana, that's funny because they were my first concert. My parents took me to see them at a fair when I was probably maybe 12, 13 years old. So good old Bowser, right? Yeah, that 60s rock that they used to have. I remember the TV show. But yes, I Def Leppard, Bon Jovi, like both of them. I like old school Bon Jovi though. Def Leppard I've loved since the start. I love them from their first albums when they were heavier. Rock Brigade, Bringing on the Heartbreak. That's the Def Leppard that I like. I'm a big music fan. And Jeff, Pink Floyd. Oh man, if you guys have never listened to Dark Side of the Moon,
oh yeah,
and The Wall, obviously, and even the stuff after when Roger Waters left the band and they just had Gilmore, Momentary Lapse of Reason. Such a great album. I love me some Pink Floyd. And if you haven't watched The Wall, do so. Awesome. You might want to have a little bit of adult beverages before you watch that movie. But it's classic movie. Brandy says, my night nurse says hello. Hello to your night nurse. Please take care of Brandy for us if you can hear us. Nirvana or Red Hot Chili Peppers. I've never been a Chili Pepper fan, Rusty. And also can't say I was a Nirvana fan. You know what? I think what happened with that kind of stuff, when it went over to the 90s stuff, I was very bitter because, of course, my hair metal got pushed away because of the 90s bands. If I had to pick a 90s band, a Seattle-based grunge band, I'm going to say Pearl Jam. I like Pearl Jam. I like Eddie Vedder. I like his voice. So was always a Pearl Jam fan. Sonny says Pink, Floyd, Iron Maiden, Rolling Stones, Beatles. She's polling us. I'm a Maiden fan. Pink Floyd's great. The Stones, I was never a big Stones fan. I like certain songs. Beatles, I never liked. People think I'm crazy because I know that. Listen, I know what they've done for the history of rock and roll, but I've never been a big Beatles fan, and I love Queen. So Johnny Bates says, "Can I play with madness?" Yes, great song. Great song. DJB Tazzy says, "I need to make a shirt of the Rey Mysterio picture." Yes, 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 yes. You think the AEW negotiations with CM Punk are? I did not know they were negotiating with CM Punk. I would be leery to believe that. Because anything we've heard about CM Punk has not come to pass. I don't think CM Punk's going to wrestle again. I really don't. I'm sorry to say that, but I don't think CM Punk's going to get back in a wrestling ring. They already, he said over and over again they've got to back up a money truck in front of him in order to do that, and I don't think anyone has enough money to back in front of him at this point. So I don't think so. I don't think that's going to happen. Styx, Black Sabbath, and Wham. That's a weird combination. Styx was great. Sabbath, obviously, with Ozzy was great. And Wake Me Up Before You Go or Careless Whisper, Wham. R.I.P. George Michael. A great singer. Great singer. Night Nurse, look after our girl, please. Yes. Brandy, say hi to your nurse. Journey. Love Journey, Brandy. Love Journey. I got to see Journey a few times. Never saw them, though, with Steve Perry, which sucks. Because obviously now he's been gone from them for, Raised on Radio is actually a very underrated album by them. I love it. It's one of my favorite albums of the 80s. And there's a song on that album called Suzanne. If you've never heard it, listen to it. One of my favorite vocals of Steve Perry from that album. So, yes, listen to Suzanne by Journey if you've never heard it. I love it. Jeff seems like a Dolly Parton fan. Jeff, do you like Dolly Parton?
Not particularly. I do like some country. I really like Chris Stapleton a lot. But yeah, not so much a Dolly fan.
Jonas Brothers, Nails. What? No. I am not a boy band fan. No. Never was. That stuff killed me in the 80s. New Kids on the Block. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Beach Boys, Kiss, and Simon and Garfunkel. You are just coming up with some crazy combos there, Sonny. Beach Boys, take or leave. I love the song from Cocktail. Simon and Garfunkel, yeah, I like a lot of their stuff. The Sounds of Silence was a great song. What else do we have? You and Days have something in common there, says Jesse. Enigma. I like Enigma. Love their first album. Their first album is very dark. Very dark. If you like weird stuff, listen to Enigma. Their first album was about the Marquis de Sade, which is, I'll let you read up on that. Go read up on Enigma and read up on their first album. Terrence, Rusty, you really call him that? Do you really call him that? Because that's amazing. I called him that all the time growing up. Terrence went to Arby's. I love it. That's Terrence Trent D'Arby. I called him that all the time. That's so funny. I didn't think anyone else did that. Terrence went to Arby's. I love it. I love it. Wishing Well, though, is a great song. Absolutely great song that he had. I think he was a one-hit wonder, but great song. Great song. I despise country and rap. Present rap, old rap, I'm okay with. Yes, Terrence Trent. Sing it, Joe, says Nails. Convince. Give us a. Oh my God, really? That's put me on the spot. I don't. Man, I don't know. I'll let me think on that one because my voice is going because I've been talking for like 5 hours between the last interview I did. Do you think one Fiend versus Demon Balor will happen one day? Dave San wants to know. I hope so. A lot of people are hyped up with that. A lot of people talked about that, so hope so. That would be cool. Obviously a lot of people want to see it. I'm sure Finn will come up at some point. Queen, yes, Queen's a great band. Great frontman. Freddie Mercury was amazing. If you never got to see him, I kind of was a little young. I never saw them live, but I saw them at Live Aid when they played in the 80s, which is just an amazing. That was on the film that they did. Obviously, it was the last thing that they showed. And of course, they sing the song for one of my favorite 80s movies, Flash. The Flash Gordon theme.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yes. Pearl Jam, says Butterspark Corn. Temple of the Dog was a collaboration band that was made. That was, oh God, Eddie Vedder was in it. Chris Cornell was in Temple of the Dog, I believe. Great album. I have it on vinyl. My first concert was seeing Cinderella open up for Motley Crue. Nice. I never saw Cinderella. I'm trying to get these off my bucket list as I go, but obviously some of them I just saw Rat a few years ago, so I was glad I saw them. You know what's funny? Rat did that new commercial now, which I love, because the guy said he has a rat problem with the insurance in his house, and then you hear them sing Round and Round. That song is now back on the Billboard charts for the first time since 1984, which is really amazing. All these years later, and Rat's back on the Billboard chart. So what comes around goes around. The Wall is awesome. Yes. Smashing Pumpkins. Yeah, I liked 1979, the album with that song. I like some Smashing Pumpkin stuff. Oasis, Metallica or Motorhead. Tough call. Metallica, I think, for me. I've liked them since their Kill 'Em All EP that came out years ago. So yeah, Metallica. Although as they went past the Black Album, not so much. I didn't really like so much that they did past the Black Album. Pearl Jam Black, great song. Linkin Park, yeah, Linkin Park was good. Evanescence, yep, she's a great singer. I think they're coming back as well. I think they have something coming back. Aretha Franklin, CM Punk sucks moose eggs. Oh, all right, guys. Well, listen, it's getting late. We are at the midnight hour. In the midnight hour, she cried, Mo. Tell me who that is before we get out of here. Another one of my favorite 80s guys. Yes. So it's time for us to go. Vince says we got to get out of here. So we got to get out of here, guys. Thank you, as always, for joining us. We had a great time. Sorry about the Gary thing. Like I said, I haven't heard from him, so I hope he's okay. I'm sure he will get an explanation out to us. I hope nothing serious happened with Gary, and hope we get him back next week. He was saying to me earlier today, yes, Rusty says Billy Idol. Absolutely. Yes. So thank you, guys. I hope to see you all tomorrow for the day's interview. I know you guys all asked us to do it. So, Jeff, any final thoughts before we get out of here tonight? And we're done.
Just looking forward to the rest of the stuff coming up this week. Really want to, sit down and talk with Days and get a little of his backstory, and looking forward to SmackDown on Friday night to see this bar fight. Womp womp.
Wah, 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 wah. Good God, let that be the end of that feud, please. Let that be the end of that feud, please. You know what I want to see in that bar fight, Jeff? I want to see the Fiend come down and just wreck both of them. Just have the Fiend pop up out of that bar from behind the bar and just wreck both of them and just walk right out of there. That's the best ending I could see from that whole thing. Just wreck it. Wreck it. Thanks, Jesse. I love your Vince voice. My voice, I'm done now. That was it. My voice is shot. So, all right, guys. Thank you all for joining us. As always, we will talk to you guys tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time sharp. For the people who won the contest, please get me your DMs, your emails in our DMs, so we can set that up for the day's stream. And thank you all. We will talk to you tomorrow night at 7 with Days. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.